as a content creator of Chelsea is really stressing to really just like cover this team because we are an absolute chaos. I cannot go much over it. We are an absolute chaos. The way we are run, the way we are going, it's an absolute circus. See, I'm not a big Poch defender. I'm not a big Poch criticizer. I'm just very frustrated that we have no stability. I don't know which direction we are going. I don't know what we are trying to do. And it irritates me to my soul because I really don't know as a Chelsea football club where we are going, what is the plan, where are the board really going. They keep on really flip-flopping upon their opinion. And now some another rumors are coming out where nobody knows what they're really trying to do. We are getting linked to young managers, and it's looking like Maresca could be the likely Chelsea manager, which in itself is absolutely ridiculous. This is not taking anything away that he could be a good coach. This is not taking anything away from McKenna, but we are setting these guys up for failures, for a big pressure, because it's a big pressure to manage Chelsea. So we have a lot to discuss today, guys. Please smash the like, subscribe, because we have a lot of things to cover. And I'm going to lie, it's at least going to go to 30 to 40 minutes because this is going to be a very long discussion. I'm going to cover every Chelsea news. So I'm going to keep you in touch with every Chelsea news as much as I can. So smash the like, subscribe to the channel. And the biggest thing is give your opinion in the comment because your support is the thing that keeps me going. Your support and the love is the one that's really important for me. And first of all, just opening the slide, I just first of all want to simply say thank you to Pochettino, really being very honest. See, again, people will think that I'm a Poch defender, I'm this and that. No, I'm not a Poch defender. I still believe he made a lot of mistakes, like going away from his own tactics. Yes, I understand there were injuries, but you should have stuck upon your tactics. Playing Levy Colvin a left back. Yes, I know he was doing it for defensive solidity, but you knew it was not working. You knew we have Jan Martin in the setup. I understand you were playing Levy Colvin as a left back to like compensate the defensive responsibility in the team, but you had Jan Martin, a young and promising talent, and for Pochettino, who is known to develop youngsters, I was not happy. I was not happy with that. I was not happy the way he was saying things in press conferences. We had less rest, going in the final and playing for penalties. I did not like it. But the things that I have to praise him for is he brought Stamford Bridge back to at least some respectable position. Now Stamford Bridge is again a place which is fair. It's again a place where Chelsea are dominant. Like this season, we have scored 75 goals, while last season we scored 37 goals. And this is a much younger side. This is a much more inexperienced side. And for us to go there, get 75 goals. Cole Palmer has been sensational, but even Jackson getting double digits, it's really been a good season in front of goal. And overall, being very honest, to finish 6th, to get Europa League spot, getting 19 points more than last season, and the way we ended the season and a record in the cup competition, reaching a final and a semi-final, we were cheated by VAR. I think it's still been at least an acceptable season, and I still thank him for bringing this group of individuals together, because everybody remembers last season, it was my worry with Chelsea Football Club and the team is we were signing so many players. We sold around 15-20 players. We signed another 6-7 players, and it was becoming like a stranger thing. All players were strangers to each other. Oh, I know you from where you are. Like accumulating so many youngsters at once is not going to work. I still want to thank Pochettino for bringing some team unity, team bonding, and at least bringing some unity and structure to this team, cohesion, which was really important. So I think this is somewhere we need to thank Pochettino for, that he's brought some cohesion into the team, some bonding into the team. There's much more understanding among the guys. There's much more respect among each other. So I want to thank Pochettino for bringing the team unity and the biggest thing, the home record back. So on this, I end with the Pochettino topic. I still believe you should have kept him. But to be really honest, I'm not saying he should not be sacked. He should have done a better job. My problem is the managers we are linked with, Pochettino is better than them, and that is what really worries me. We are going for managers where, see, I am ready to give them time and patience, but I know my Chelsea fan base, they will be straight away McKenna out. They will be Maresca out. They will be De Zerbi out. We know the Chelsea fan base. We know this Chelsea fan base. They really just overreact. When a manager gets result, he's a great manager, he's fantastic. And when he's doing bad, sack him now. That's the reality with Chelsea. That's the reality with the fan base. I know I might be overdoing it, but that's the reality of the fan base. We are impatient. Sometimes I think we go over the top, and that really worries me for the next manager, because I will give McKenna time. I will give the managers that deserve it time. But I think once these managers even work for Chelsea, they will overpower the board in 2-3 years, and then eventually they will leave the club. So now, leaving all this thing about Pochettino aside, thank you, Pochettino, but we need to move on. Let's go on to the Chelsea news that are coming out with the media. Do like, do subscribe, people. Your each support goes a long way in helping the channel, and we have a lot of Chelsea news to uncover. So first of all, I'm just going to change the setup so it's more, I believe this is more clear for you. I believe you can see the screen properly, guys. Mauricio Pochettino, first of all, goes follow Chelsea Dodgers. He provides all Chelsea news. So big up to him. And this is by Nick Purewell. Now, I don't know how reliable this man is, but I'm just going to cover every Chelsea news that's coming really out. Mauricio Pochettino left Chelsea over disagreement over transfers and who should be sold. And this is something which has been brewing among the Chelsea board and Pochettino from the pre-season. Like after the pre-season, Pochettino wanted Conor Gallagher to stay at the club and the board were very clear, we need to sell Conor Gallagher for the homegrown status and getting profits on the book. Now the reports are coming out regarding Trevoh Chalobah that even Trevoh Chalobah is available for 25 million. It's an absolute scam. It's an absolute scam. These people are spending big money on youngsters, unproven, and then using the academy of Chelsea to put profit on the book. It really worries me. We have like Luis will go, Martin is going to go, Conor Gallagher will go, Trevoh Chalobah, I will say who is best centre back for us right now will go, Achipong will go very in some time, and we will just keep using these youngsters for profit. Then what? Even James is going to go. This really worries me. And Pochettino was very clear. He did not want to let Conor Gallagher go. And one thing I want to make people very clear, Chelsea can appoint McKenna, Chelsea can appoint a manager like Maresca. Every manager has a favorite player. And if you try to overpower the manager, that is not really good. If McKenna comes and says, Hutchinson is my favorite player, the board is still going to sell him a profit. And that is something which really worries me. And I knew once this started coming out, his sacking was very near. His sacking was very near. We all can say mutual consent, but in reality, it's sacking. There was disagreement. The board wanted to go their way. The manager disagreed. And bye-bye. That's the way it's really going under this board. And that takes me to the next one. Now people just see this news and in view of key figures at Chelsea, we know at Chelsea the key figures, the 5 or 6 investors of the consortium, and you can say Lawrence Stewart, Paul Stanley. Chelsea season viewed as a whole fell short of pre-season expectation and raised issue such as crippling injury list. Now, first of all, there are many articles which are PR articles. So first of all, people, we need to be very careful. Everybody, I think, will know what PR is. Public relations, we know the clubs do it to save their face in the media, to get fans behind them. We know they do it. Let's be honest, this board, if they were thinking we were going to get Champions League football straight away, I think they're ludicrous. I think we did not fell short in the end. We got Europa League football, and that was more than enough for the way the club is going. So I don't understand with this one. As for the injury list, the injuries were even there in Tuchel time. The injuries were there even in Frank time, and the injuries have been there for Chelsea for a very long time. Poch is just not the problem of injuries. Chelsea injury problem go deep into the structure of the club. From James Chilwell falling down under Tuchel against the Juventus match, and then our whole season going away. Injuries have been a problem for Chelsea for the last 2-3 years. And the medical team and the medical staff, no one has been cautioned. Nothing has been overall. So this is just PR to cover up their sacking. This is just a PR to put all the blame on Pochettino and see, we sacked him because he was injuring our players. That's not the case. That is not the case. Yes, Poch method were a bit traditional. Yes, Poch was more about running. But to be really honest, you go on to Eddie Ten Hag and Manchester United, they have injuries. We are linked to Eddie Howe. Newcastle have even more injuries than us. Brighton this season have suffered 11 to 12 injuries. So it's all because of De Zerbi. Is it all because of Eddie Howe? So I think we need to understand what our priorities are, where as a club we're going to go. Because again and again, I keep on saying that this is just PR articles that are coming out to see, we sacked Pochettino because of injuries. He's the one causing injuries now. There's some deeper problems which board want to not highlight. And we all know that Pochettino has only been sacked because he was not in agreement with the board. They want a yes man. Pochettino was a yes man under Levy. He suffered big for it. He was a yes man for the first year at Chelsea, but once there was a bit of growth in his, you can say demeanor. Once he thought, wow, I got Chelsea to 6th position. Bayern Munich job is available. Manchester United job is available. I've got Chelsea to 6th position. My stocks are high. Once Pochettino got too big for his boots, they let him go. And that's going to be the case even with McKenna, Maresca, anyone. Once anyone gets over Stewart and Stanley, they start questioning Stewart and Stanley, they are gone. Because these are eghbali's favorite and you cannot question them. You cannot question them, and that's the way Chelsea is going, my people. And that is something, people, that really worries me. Because at this club right now, you're not allowed to be accountable. You're not allowed to be questioned. And if you question anything regarding the ownership, you are sacked. You are sacked. You cannot question the ownership. And that is the way Chelsea is going, people. That is the way we are going. And people, we have a lot to be worried about in the structure. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to say bad things, people, because see, I'm myself a very, very positive Chelsea fan. I've always tried to be positive. I've always come here and never spouted any negativity. For the people who have been subscribed to this channel, who have been liking my videos, who have been watching me for a very long time, they all know what type of person I am. I never ever try to be negative. I always try to put a positive face, even if I look like an idiot. But right now, the future is worrying people. The future is worrying, and if you try to hide it, you're just like living in a delusion world for me, because these problems are a bit deeper. You can all go in a fantasy world, this owner or something special. I will love that to happen. I will love that to happen, and I will really, really love that to happen, that these owners are one of the greatest angels in the world and they get everything spot on. But in reality, there are some deeper problems. And for the media, it's all about Todd Boehly, but Todd Boehly has no control. He's just a 5% owner in the club. The real control is in the hand of eghbali, and you can say his two fingers, his two people that are beneath him that are just his puppets, with Stanley and Stewart. They have the next control over the club. If they get the things right, fair enough. But right now, I don't trust with Stanley and Stewart, and I think I'm very worried for the future. We are really going, people. Please, people watching, smash the like and subscribe. And please, people, the biggest thing I want from you is to participate in this, because people, I want to know your opinion. I'm a fellow Chelsea fan myself. You are a Chelsea fan who's watching, or even a football fan. Please at least participate and let me know your opinion, because I do want to know your opinion, and let's have a chat regarding that. So now going on to the next news that came out. Now another news, people, that is coming out is this one. Mauricio Pochettino, who was not seen as a strategic fit, felt the situation might deteriorate further if he stayed with Chelsea. This was related to Todd Boehly in a phone call, and people, this is not a surprise. Since you can say the Arsenal defeat, Poch has been coming and criticizing the sporting directors, saying that if you're questioning me, you need to question the sporting directors. You need to ask the owner. I had dinner with Todd Boehly, and dinners are not for bad things. So Poch has been trying to go on the ownership for a very long time. It's like he has been saying, put me out of my misery, put me out of the jail. I want to get sacked. Please get me out. And his wish has been relayed. And I think, being very honest, I still believe that Todd Boehly wanted to keep him. I think eghbali is the one that is running the strings at the club. It is not Todd Boehly. So I will ask anyone who is watching to stop blaming Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly has nothing to do. I put Todd Boehly in the thumbnail because you had to find the photo of the ownership. But in reality, Todd Boehly is just a puppet. The real is Vedad Eghbali, and his puppets are with Stanley and Stewart, and they are the one that are controlling the club. And right now, I don't want to be any more angry upon them. I wish they get it right. But right now, what they are doing is they have too much ego. They don't want to be questioned. Eghbali thinks he's some football genius, that he's some tactician because he's plays a football manager. And Stuart with Stanley think that because they manage at Brighton, we need to follow everything that Brighton does. And it's very worrying. It's very worrying, my people. And that takes me to the next one now, the next Chelsea news. And the next one is regarding, now you can see on the screens here, and the next one is regarding Chelsea's co-owner did not like Mauricio Pochettino's criticism of how the club was run, and they could not move forward with someone questioning them in the long term. And people who have been following this channel for a long time, who have been always coming on my post matches after every defeat or a win or something, I've been saying to you all these things for a very long time, and people who know me will know I've been saying this thing for a long time, that this ownership, we will never ever appoint a top manager ever again under this ownership. This ownership only wants a yes man, and I believe, people, you need to understand what I'm trying to say here, because in my every post match, in every defeat of Chelsea, I've always made this thing very, very clear to you all, that this ownership only wants to go. This I don't know what's really happened here. This ownership has always wanted to go for some yes man. They don't want to be questioned, and that is the reality with this ownership. I've been saying to you with every post match for a long time. They want to run the club based on data. They want to sign the best youngsters in the world. They want to sell some youngsters for profit and some youngsters to make it at the club who are for low wages. This is why many Chelsea fans who were always going and saying, Todd Boehly and Eghbali are so smart. They are again and again finding loophole after loophole after loophole. It wasn't a smart thing. Why they are doing this is you can sign youngsters on low wages, and if they work for you, you don't need to give them big wages. And if they don't work for you, you can earn profits. That's what these people are trying to do. And any manager with self-respect, any manager with some self-decency will never ever agree to this project. Every manager wants his players. Every manager at least wants some ambition. Every manager at least wants to have a say. And that's the problem with this ownership. And I've been telling you for a long time, once Pochettino said those comments, he was going to be sacked. Once Graham Potter was not really happy with working with such a large squad, he was going to be sacked. Once Thomas Tuchel did not answer the WhatsApp call, he was going to be sacked. And that's the reality under this ownership. This ownership and this structure can only work if you appoint a yes man. And once a yes man does well at our club and is too big for his boot, he will eventually leave us. That's the only way people Chelsea will ever come back to relevancy. That's the only way Chelsea is only going to come back, because under this ownership, managers like McKenna, Maresca, Winston Company are the only ones those are going to work, because these people have no ego. They have right now not a very big reputation, so they will listen to what the board want. They will only coach because they want to come Chelsea for their profile. They want to come Chelsea to test themselves, and that's the only way we're going to go. If you really want to rename us, you can rename us Red Bull Chelsea, because we are on that model. Either we can overachieve with these youngsters and we can dominate English football for the next 2-3 years, or we'll be in just top 4, top 5, top 4, top 5, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, and that's the reality. Because this structure, it is not about an instant success. You see at Arsenal, this model keeps on following the Arsenal model. There's a very good relationship between Arteta and Edu. Arteta is a person that is listened. Now Arteta went there and he wanted Harvard's, Arsenal gave him. Now at Liverpool, when Michael Edwards was there at the start and Jurgen Klopp was there, yes, Edwards was the one making the signings, but he was signing the players as per the profile of the manager, whether a CDM like Fabinho, whether a good keeper like Alisson, whether signing players like Virgil van Dijk, he was signing players which suited the club Liverpool and suited the manager's style. And at Chelsea, we have no style, we have no play. The things that are right now coming out of Chelsea is, we want a manager which really plays possession football and plays attacking football. You bozos, you did not know this last year. You bozos had 2 months of appointing Pochettino and you did not know what Pochettino's style is. I'm a person that is sitting in my armchair right now. I'm not a football expert. I'm not a tactical expert. And even I knew that a manager like Pochettino needs a midfielder with height, strong, combative midfielder who can carry the ball, and he gave him the midfield which he was always going to fail. Enzo was always going to fail under Pochettino until Lavia came back. He was always going to fail. The score we have right now, it doesn't suit a manager like Pochettino. Why a person like me who's sitting in his armchair, who is just a simple fan, I'm not a tactico, I'm not an expert, can know these things, but people who are paid so much big money to really have a say in a big football club cannot know this thing. It really worries me, people. It really worries me to where we are going. Because if I, as a person, can know that these players will never work under Pochettino and we should not have appointed Pochettino, and these people don't know it, it really worries me. And people, even if McKenna comes to Chelsea, he gets his Champions League spot. One time, McKenna will also outgrow Chelsea. He will want more say in the transfer. Chelsea will say, no, McKenna, we don't want to give you any say in transfers. McKenna will say bye and go for a Bayern Munich job or something else. That's what we have become, and that's what's going to be under this ownership, because without eghbali, Stewart and Stanley, they will not allow themselves to be cautioned, and that is something we need to get accustomed to, not really cry over it. That's what Chelsea have become now, and we need to live with it. The only thing that I want is hopefully the manager appointment is right. Hopefully McKenna can at least stabilize us and put us in the same position, because if he can't, we are in some massive trouble for the future ahead. And that takes me to the next news that's coming regarding Chelsea. And without eghbali came armed with the data in the end of the season review, negative data like missed chances and failures to make set pieces count was presented to Pochettino. Now, first of all, this is something, if this is true, again, I will say if this is true, I cannot say granted it's true, but if this is true, this is ridiculous. Like, our owner doesn't even know what big chances miss means. Big chances miss means a player that is not finishing his chances, that is not upon the manager. That is a player missing the chances. I really don't understand how he can come here and show the manager his data. He's not an expert, but that eghbali is not a football expert. What is he trying to do here? If it is true, it is ludicrous, and it does not show owners in any good light. It does not put ownership in any good light. And it is really worrying what these owners are trying to do. What is their idea? Because people listening to all this stuff that is coming out, I'm very worried of the future of Chelsea. I'm very worried because these owners have a lot of ego. They won't really get away from what they really believe in, and they keep on getting manager appointment wrong after wrong. Graham Potter was there, man. They spent 50 million to get him, and then they sacked him. Then they got Frank Lampard for PR. It failed miserably. And then they went Pochettino after 2 months search for a manager, and now Poch has been sacked. And now the things are coming out. They want a possession-based manager. They want this. They want that. And it is not really good. It is not really good. And it is really worrying what is really going on with this ownership for me. And now coming on to the next news that I've been telling you for a long time. This is why Poch is getting too big for his boots. This is why he's getting too big for his boots right now. Is he knew that he ended the season with Chelsea really well. He knows that Manchester United job is available as well. So what he's trying to do, he knows the United job is available. He knows the Bayern job is available. He knows that Chelsea won't listen to him. He knows his reputation has risen in the market after those 5 wins in a row. This is why he wanted out, and now he's out. And now he will be easily available in the market. He has left Chelsea by mutual consent. I don't even think any payment will be made to Chelsea if anyone appoints him. I'm not really sure about that. And then he can easily go to Bayern Munich. He can easily go to a Manchester United who really like him, who themselves want to follow this model of project. And I think it's really going to work for him well. This is why he was so hell-bent on getting Chelsea and criticizing the owners and trying to get them all sacked. This is why they were doing all this thing. This is why he was so hell-bent on really getting himself sacked. This is why he was coming after the board. He was absolutely going on the board. This is why he was absolutely after the board to get him sacked. So another job that are available, he can go and acquire them. That is why. Now coming on to the next one, people, and that is Chelsea players learned that Pochettino had left Chelsea via social media. This is incredibly bad. This is incredibly bad, people. If your players do not even know their manager is sacked and they will only know it by social media, is sacked. At least someone should have communicated with the players, at least had a discussion before. I just don't understand where this club is really going, what they're really trying to do. I think players have been left stunned as well. Now, another reports that are coming out, you can see here that players are not really happy with this. A representative of one of the star players at Chelsea has said that his player is devastated, that Pochettino has left. And see, we all can see with our eyes, we all know that how much Pochettino is really loved by the Chelsea players. There was a real bonding, there was a real love for each other, there was a real respect for each other. And I'm not surprised a lot of players are devastated with his departure, because to be really, really honest, a lot of players really love Mauricio Pochettino. They really, really love Mauricio Pochettino. So it doesn't surprise me one bit that they're devastated that Pochettino has left the club. He was building a really good relationship with the players. He never put the players down in the media. Slowly but steadily, he developed them. You saw with Boehly when he was making mistake after mistake after mistake. Poch still backed him. He always backed Nicholas Jackson. He developed Nuni Madueke really well, being hard with him, and then finally giving him the chances, and we can see what he's capable of. He has handled Mudryk really, really well for a player who gets so much criticism because he was brought for money that he had no control over. He has managed the squad so well. Each and every player in the squad really love him, and I think I'm not surprised that it really shocked them. And a representative of the star players, I feel, to be really honest, it could even be a Cole Palmer. It could even be a Cole Palmer because he really, really likes Pochettino, or it could be even a Caicedo. I wouldn't be surprised because star player for me, it could be anyone. But again, I don't know this report is right, but I won't be surprised because a lot of players really love Mauricio Pochettino. And now coming on to the next one, people, the next news is regarding Chelsea. Worryingly, the turnover of coaches has led one Chelsea player to ponder if this is what he signed up for. And I don't think it's just one of the players. It could be many players. Because just feel, you come into Chelsea, first of all, you train under Thomas Tuchel, sacked. Then you come and you train under Graham Potter, sacked. Then Frank Lampard comes and he goes. Then you come on and Pochettino comes, he trains you hard in the preseason, you learn his style of play, and then he's sacked. Then what? No player has a chance to learn a proper system. No player has a chance for any stability at the club. Anytime a player finds stability, a manager is eventually got sacked, and that is where Chelsea are really going. And see, I don't think it's just one player. I think it could be many players who are feeling that way. I really believe that it could be many, many players who are feeling this. I'm not even lying, people. I believe a lot of the players are feeling the same, and a lot of the players are really frustrated because there's no stability at this club. Nobody knows where this club is really trying to go. And I'm telling you, people, a lot of people will be worried. I'm not even lying to you all. A lot of players will be worried. A player wants to be stable. A player wants to be at a club where he knows the system, he knows what he has to do, and at every time at Chelsea, it is changing. And the biggest thing is, nobody even knows that the next manager is going to be the right one, and that is another worry. The ownership has got 3 managers wrong. What's guaranteed they can get 4th one wrong? That is the biggest worry for me, people, and that is something we need to be really, really worried. And now, coming on to the next one as well, and that is David Onsen has said, I think they will be looking to make an appointment in days rather than weeks, is the word coming out from Stamford Bridge. And see, I'm not surprised with this news. Euro is coming out. They want to really curb the negativity in the fan base. So to be really honest, they will try to do this. Chelsea will really try to do this. Chelsea for me right now will try to appoint the manager as quick as possible, because to be really honest, Chelsea are not signing the managers in a very high profile. If Chelsea want Maresca, there's an 8 million release clause. So pay the money to Leicester. He won't reject us. He's ready to come. McKenna is the one who could reject us, because number one, United want him. He loves Manchester United. And the second thing is the job he has done at Ipswich Town. I think he's going to be an idiot who leaves that. Have one season in the Premier League. He wanted to see himself. I think, to be really honest, Enzo Maresca could be the most likely Chelsea manager. And he could be appointed within the next 3 or 4 days. I'm being very honest, my people. I'm not lying. I really believe, and this is my opinion, but I really believe that Enzo Maresca could most likely be the next Chelsea manager. I really believe he could be really the right. He could be the next Chelsea manager. I don't think he could be the right one. I really feel so. Yes, he got Leicester promoted, but if you go and see the Leicester form at the end of the season, it is really worrying. And let's be honest, Leicester are one of the best clubs in the Championship. They had such a good squad. They were supposed to come up. And in the end, they really went in a bad form to really put him in charge of Chelsea with the highest pressure in the world with the media. It is not smart. And that takes me to the next one, people. Chelsea are targeting a young and progressive coach, and I'm not surprised. See, they will word it very well. What PR is going to come out is Chelsea want their own Xabi Alonso, because right now he's been successful. This is PR. The board is trying to paint it as, oh, we have seen Xabi Alonso's done that, so we want him. If you wanted the manager like that, why go with Pochettino last year? Why not go with a young manager last season as well? This is all PR. They are just trying to get fans being happy. They're just trying to put the negativity away and the cautioning away. And this is why these things are coming out. I will just say Chelsea are targeting a young manager who will say yes to them. And he will listen to everything they want to say. Chelsea will not appoint a manager who will ask them questions, who will want some say in transfers. That's over at Chelsea. Chelsea right now are a club who will only appoint managers who are young and who will say yes to them. So days of Conte, Tuchel, Mourinho, even Poch, even De Zerbi, all these are gone. And that brings me to the next one people to discuss, and the names likely to be considered for Mauricio Pochettino's replacement: Sebastian Hoynes, a good talented manager, Michel, Kieran McKenna, and Enzo Maresca. Now, I'm not doubting any of these managers. When they step foot at Chelsea, I'm going to back them. When they step foot at Chelsea, I'm absolutely going to back them to my absolute life, because I'm going to back any Chelsea manager that becomes a manager in this club, and I'm going to back them to death. But being very honest, I'm worried for these managers, because number one, we have got very reactionary fan base. 1 defeat, manager out. Number 2, Chelsea is one of the highest pressure job in the world. The media is going to be on you. The pundits are going to be on you. Each and every media spotlight are going to be around you. And I think for such young managers, I don't even know can they really handle them. That really brings me to another one. Insiders have claimed that Chelsea high career wants a head coach who will focus on improving the players provided to him, as opposed to a manager who will bet into other side of business. And we have known it. This model will not work until you have a yes man. Eghbali has been very clear. All the control is stewarding with Stanley. They have botched the appointment of Potter. They have botched the appointment of Frank Lampard. They have botched the appointment of Pochettino. And they still have a damn say in appointing the next manager. Why? Because these people will never be questioned. Stewart and Stanley will never be questioned, because of the puppet of the owners. So they will have no accountability, and they can do whatever they want. And this model can only work if you appoint yes man to the unproven sporting directors. Coming on to the next one, people. Kieran McKenna, Thomas Frank, and Vincent Kompany are considered to be Pochettino replacement at Chelsea. This is why I was saying you be careful what you wish for. For fans who are celebrating the sacking of Pochettino, I wish you will back the next manager and not put the streams out of another manager in 3 matches being sacked. Because Vincent Kompany is inexperienced, Kieran McKenna is inexperienced, and Thomas Frank with Brentford in recent years has only been stagnating. So again, can this manager guarantee success? No guarantee. And Chelsea fans are used to that. For Chelsea fans, they're used to a manager coming, making immediate impact, but the days are gone. That brings me to the next one. Chelsea's next manager will be under pressure to deliver UCL football and compete for trophies. This is beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful, you will say, articles that has come out, because this is the club PR. What they're trying to do is they're going to please the fans. See, we sacked Pochettino because we did not win UCL football. We also want to win trophies. So the next manager will be under pressure for this. And when people hear news like this, they get really happy. They get really happy. They have the testosterone level really going up because people are really happy. See, my board want to win the trophy. My board want to get UCL football. But if they want UCL football, do you really believe Kieran McKenna, Thomas Frank, these are the right people to immediately get it? No. So they only really get away from their own things they keep on saying, and that really worries me with this board. Coming on to the next one, people, and that is being told, this is by Florent Plattenberg, being told from the coach circle that Hansi Flick will not become the new coach of Chelsea. I agree. He's such a highly regarded manager. He will want to have some say on transfers, and Chelsea will say no. You have to listen to Stewart and Stanley. This is why people, managers like Flick, De Zerbi, they aren't going to come to Chelsea. It's either going to be McKenna, and either is going to be Maresca, the Leicester City coach. The next one is regarding, this is my opinion. See, I will love Maurizio Sarri. If you want possession-based football, Maurizio Sarri can take Enzo Fernandez to the next level. He can make use of players like Casadei, Chukwuemeka. I really believe he could be the right man because he never liked transfer windows. He plays possession-based football and he could be a very good manager for the squad. But because he's above 50 years of age, the board is not going to appoint him. But if they really want a manager who will say yes to anything, who will want to work with the players, I hope they look at Maurizio Sarri because he can be perfect for the squad that really want to play football. He can be absolutely perfect. And coming to the next one, Ajax and Feyenoord are battling to sign Omari Hutchinson. And I'm telling you guys, Gallagher, Chalobah, Martin. Martin is already going. Luis Hall is gone. Gallagher and Chalobah, I believe, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them leave. And Omari Hutchinson is also pure profit on the books. The player who played so well, and I won't be surprised, McKenna is a Chelsea manager, and under whom Hutchinson had such a good season, Chelsea sell him. I hope Chelsea don't do this mistake, but knowing us and to balance books, I won't be surprised we do it. Hopefully this is not the case because I'm going to be pissed because this boy is so talented. That brings me to the next one. Chelsea will be really busy in this summer, 1 or 2 centre-backs, maybe a goalkeeper and a striker, and I'm not surprised again. Why? First of all, Chalobah is leaving. Thiago Silva is left, so we need to sign 2 centre-backs. Goalkeeper, I believe they're not going to sign any goalkeeper, or when they sign, they will only sign a young goalkeeper. And as for a striker, they will sign a striker, but I won't be surprised if it's Benjamin Sesko, being very honest with the people. And coming to the next one, that is regarding Enzo Maresca as a main candidate to become new Chelsea coach. His convincing style of play, release cost 10 million. Cheap, will be a yes man, has been at Manchester City before, fully tick for the board. I really believe he's even more likely to be the Chelsea manager than a Kieran McKenna. People get used to it. And Leicester fans have some complaints with him as well. I hope the people who are celebrating give him time because you're going to look really foolish if it doesn't really work out. And coming on to the next one before I end the video, my beautiful human beings, and Pochettino's successor will have to accept the authority of the board and sporting director with a control that will even stretch into elements of the on-pitch coaching. I have been telling you this, people, for a long time. Before I end the video, I'm just going to say to you beautiful people one thing, that Chelsea right now, managers will only be a yes man and they have to listen to the owners, the sporting directors, what they're doing. So either you back the next manager, you give him time, you don't ask his immediate sacking after a loss, or you're just going to give yourself stress after stress after stress. This is what Chelsea has become. We are just going to be a club that's going to sign young players, hope they can reach their potential, which can help us win trophies, or else sell them for profit, keep clubs sustainable, keep them on low wages, and that's the way we're going to go. Thank you, people. Wishing you all great people a great day. Thank you, everyone. Wishing you the best.